What's up, people? Joe Winko here, your favorite Hawaiian guy, and this video is going to be my review on episode 5 of the MTV series Scream. Let's get this party started. Okay, so major spoiler alert if you're not caught up with the Scream series at all. You can actually watch this episode yourself on the MTV website if you missed it on MTV last week. I'll have a link to it in the description so you can go watch it. So, yeah. So this episode was titled Expose. That was the title of this episode. And as you all know, a video of Emma having sex with Will, it leaked out online and spread throughout the school. And Emma, she feels exposed because the video leaked of her having sex with Will. And she feels embarrassed too. And there's a scene, one of the first scenes in this episode, when Emma is walking through the hallway and people are pointing at her and giggling and making fun of her because of it. Audrey comes by and mentions to her that it was karma, but Audrey's not mad at her at all or anything. And they tried to make it seems like at first they thought Will recorded the video, but I really don't think it was Will who recorded the video. I think it was the killer who recorded the video before the killer started killing everyone. So that's who I think recorded the video. And also we find out next that the sheriff is being put on paid leave. Well, I don't think it's paid leave, but he's being put on leave. And because they don't think he's doing a good job with solving the case at all. And I really think he should be fired instead, because he's a really lousy sheriff, and it's his fault that Riley died. Well, yeah, it technically is, because he was supposed to protect Riley and watch her while she was at the police station, and she got killed while she was at the police station. So he's a lousy cop, and I honestly think he should be fired. And I'm kind of upset that I didn't see him die in this episode, but I really hope he does die soon. And also, we see one good thing that Brooke does. This one thing that I applaud the Brooke character for. This redheaded girl sits down in class in Riley's seat, and Brooke goes like, "What are you doing? That's Riley's seat, and it will always be Riley's seat." And then Brooke gets up, not Brooke, the redheaded girl who sits down in Riley's seat gets up and walks away. And I actually clapped at that part, because I was like, oh yeah, you go, Brooke. And I was like, finally, we see her do something good. And I'm actually starting to like Brooke now, because we're starting to see the more humane side of her, especially from that scene. That's just my opinion, but that's what I think. And I'm really suspicious about Kieran because he was talking to Emma about how he had to leave town and how he's been out of town for a few days. That's what I recall hearing him say. And, but I don't think he's the killer. It's possible, but I really don't think he is. I'm still suspicious of him, though. But chances are he's not the killer, because having the boyfriend be the killer, that's so 1996, so I don't think it's him. But I'm still suspicious about him, though. And it was creepy at the funeral, well, not funeral, but the candlelight visual for Nina, Tyler, and Riley, and Rachel. It was creepy at the funeral scene when the killer texted Emma and told her that if she tells the cop Lorraine, because Lorraine walked up to Emma. Lorraine's like the detective who's helping solve the murders of Riley, Nina, and Tyler, and Rachel. Lorraine came up to Nina and told her that she wanted, well, not Nina, she came up to Emma and told her that she wanted to question Emma and have her come down to the station and talk with her. But then right after, Emma got a text from the killer saying, if you tell that detective about me, you'll get your mother's heart in a box next. And that was so creepy. And but it really reminded me of a really creepy version of Pretty Little Liars, but that scene just gave me the chills, and I should be used to that by now because that's what's been happening on the show, but that one scene specifically gave me the chills, and I was like, oh god, that's so creepy. But I really think my true thought even though I suspect a whole bunch of people to be the killers, my true thought is that the killer is the ghost of Brandon James. That's my true thought. That's what I really think it's going to end up being, the ghost of Brandon James. And that'd be really cool if it was, but we'll see at the ending. But that's who I bet my money on. It's Brandon James who's the killer. And when Lorraine was interviewing Emma and questioning Emma, it seemed like, I'm not sure if any of you guys, if you watched the episode 5 of Scream, I'm not sure if any of you guys felt this way, but I felt like Lorraine was kind of suspecting Emma was the killer. Because what stood out to me the most was, like, she was saying how the murders were connected and how they were connected back to her and how her mother's a coroner. And she was saying, these all aren't coincidences, are they? And she was asking Emma that, like Emma would know. That I think she was really suspecting Emma had involvement in the killings. And it's obvious that Emma's not the killer at all. But I really think if Lorraine really thinks that Emma's the killer and Emma's responsible for some of these killings, I really think Lorraine's gonna end up dying if she thinks like that. That's gonna end up getting Lorraine killed, the detective Lorraine. So I think Lorraine might die eventually, but you never know. So far we didn't have any adults die. It's all been the high school kids. It might just be the high school kids. I'm really hoping the sheriff dies, but I already talked about that, so moving on. And also, Brooke knew that another thing that stood out to me was Brooke, as you all know, Brooke knew that Will only liked Emma because Nina she made a bet on whether he can sleep with Emma really soon during freshman year. And that was the only reason why Will liked Emma, that was the only reason why Will noticed Emma, because Nina made that bet with him. And when Brooke was talking to Jake at the cafe that Emma was working at, and she was talking out loud, I can't keep lying to Emma like that. And then Emma goes like, lying to me about what? I thought that was a really stupid moment. It seemed like a cartoon stupid moment, and it made me laugh. And Brooke told Emma about the whole bet thing that happened during freshman year, and obviously Emma was upset at her for not telling her sooner. And I really don't think Will and Jake are the killers. They are blackmailing Brooke's dad, and they know something, but I don't think they're the killers at all. I highly doubt they were. That's why I never really talked about them in any of my reviews at all, because I highly doubt they're the killers, and I really think that they're just there to be a red herring, something misleading. So yeah. But although I'm convinced that Brandon James is the killer, the ghost of Brandon James is the killer, I think Piper Shaw might also be a candidate for being the killer, because she's like the new Gale Weathers, kinda. That's who she reminded me of. But I only thought this because the whole story about her father being murdered, this is what I thought. When she told Emma that her father was murdered and the police never solved it, and that's why she became a reporter, because she kept asking questions about it, I really think that's either that story was all a hoax to lead Emma off so Emma wouldn't suspect it was her, or that story could be true and Piper Shaw might actually be the killer because she got mad and went insane because her father was murdered and the police weren't doing anything about it, so she gets revenge by killing everyone in Lakewood. That's just a theory, but I highly doubt it's true. It's very unlikely. And I really think Brooke's dad is up to something bad. Well, obviously he is up to something bad because he's being blackmailed by Will and Jake. And now he knows that Will and Jake are blackmailing him, so he's going to do something bad to them, and it's not going to be good. And I think the sheriff, as to who I think will die next, I think it'll either be the sheriff, Brooke's dad, Will, or Jake. I think one of those four men will die next. I think Lorraine might die next too, but those four I bet my money on will die in the next episode. Brooke is also a possibility, but everyone wants Brooke to die, and I don't think they'd kill her off in episode 6, especially since this season's supposed to have 10 episodes. So I highly doubt they're going to kill Brooke off in the next episode. But it's still possible, and I epically highly doubt that Emma will die, because it's obvious that she's the new Sydney Prescott, that she's the new star. I thought she was going to die at first, because she was the only girl who got a call from the killer. But now I know she won't. But like I said, you never know what's going to happen in this series. So, yeah, that's basically it. So don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And also, don't forget to subscribe to my main channel, too. And don't forget to comment and share your thoughts on what I talked about. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? What's your speculation on this? So that's basically it. Don't forget to like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and follow me on Instagram. So yeah, peace out, people.